I'm a Kazi. Linda Tipton's in my lobby. Bomb bitch, that's Asian. And we fucking, that's my hobby. Hitting up my celly, seen a text, she wanna top me. Sloppy better than a jar, I beat her like I'm Baki. I'm hotter than that nigga Bobby. Can't bust a bag on a bitch unless I get a talkie. Smoke melting off that glitter.
Okay, so it's currently 6 a.m. We're flying to Jakarta this morning for the weekend. Have some stuff to do, and yeah, we'll probably record some nice stuff over there. So let's go. Yep. Yes. Space. Hello.
Hello,
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. Thank you. Yeah, everything is like some good or stuff is going up the price.
Yeah, but you mean that the government have more important things to do instead of just checking the Indonesian rupiah price, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, but you know it's impacting your life as well. If the Indonesia is so weak,
yeah,
it means you can. I mean, you're losing some power. Basically, you cannot spend that much money.
yeah.
Not the same amount that before, just because the Indonesian rupiah is weaker than before. Yeah, especially against the US dollar or the euro. Yeah. So yeah, sure, they probably have some stuff to do, but it's all about local people. It's all about the economy as well.
Yeah,
So they have to take care of it
yeah.
because it's impacting your life. It's impacting your friend's life, everyone. So for Bule, it's okay because you come with US dollar or euro, so it's better. Okay, but for local people, it's very difficult. Huh? Okay. Terima kasih.
Yeah.
Have a good day. Bye. Yeah, exactly.
Excuse me, sir. Please enjoy. This one is called bir peletok, made from herbs and honey.
Okay.
And this one is semprong made from coconut. Thank you.
Okay, terima kasih.
You can speak bahasa?
Nama saya Dorian.
Oh.
I need to learn more, but yeah. Checking in my room, so it's pretty nice. Park here, Jakarta. So this is the first time I stay in this one. Basically, I always stay in SCBD, which is the other side. But yeah, the room is pretty nice. Yeah, you have basically 2 bathrooms, and yeah, it's pretty big. It's enough. No suite available, so I have like the basic room, but it's fine. Finally, my assistant is coming here. Because basically she was not able to come earlier, so all good. We're gonna walk a bit here and then let's see. And yeah, after that have some call later as well. Forgot 6 p.m. and probably like midnight. So let's see. But yeah, the room is pretty nice. And I just saw that the guys just launched the Prime Terminal application, which is definitely crazy. So for all people looking to trade on the phone, they can now analyze Prime Terminal on the phone. So you don't need like a laptop, you can do it on your phone. So it's pretty simple. I will show you later what it looks like. Otherwise, all the tools have been added to the terminal, which is pretty cool as well, especially the trading section and all this stuff. So yeah, I will probably show you through the weekend how I prepare my trading week again. I have to show you again some people who use Prime Terminal who make some crazy money. One of those guys just withdraw 10,000 US dollar from his broker, okay, IC Market, which is a good broker, honestly. So yeah, that's the plan, and later we're gonna talk a bit about this AI trend, because I see more and more people trying to create something related to trading using AI. But guys, I mean, it's just a new trend, just full of vibe coder. Brock is trying to make $50 per month from monthly recurring revenue. Oh, I mean, yeah, okay, you can try to create something, but if AI is the solution to make you profitable, basically you're not profitable. That's the thing. If you need something else instead of your skills, there is an issue. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about it later. Now I'm just waiting for my assistant. She's coming soon. Stuck in the traffic because the traffic in Jakarta is a bit crazy. We cannot see the traffic from here. Maybe if I show you on the right side, maybe you can see a bit the traffic, but it's not even sure because it's too far. Yeah, it's too far basically. Because it's like the main road, so you have Park Royal over there, you have UB of course, you have Sky Rooftop, which would just reopen because they closed this rooftop I think like 1 year ago. And you have Bank Indonesia on the right as well, and Grand Indonesia Mall, Plaza Indonesia, and all this kind of stuff. So this is pretty cool. Have the call in 7 minutes. So let's see. And then we're gonna check the pool. I think it's gonna be quite nice. So yeah, you can come. I will show you some stuff. Yeah, come here. I just show you on my screen, so you can just show, make the focus. Okay, so this is some result from some student today. So this is one French guy I'm working with. So this is his trade on NZDK, really nice. Same for other Prime Terminal user, really nice trade as well. Same for this one, really nice on USDK. Same for this one on USDK. So as you can see, they trade a lot the Canadian dollar. Same for this one on the gold, crazy trade on the gold. And I also have like a guy who just withdrew 10,000 US dollar on IC market the other day. So you can see the bank transfer, you can see the amount, $10,037 processing IC market. So this guy used Prime Terminal, to trade, and basically he just made some good money, and again simply because he used like real data, he know what he's doing in the market, and this is exactly what you should target now. If I show you what it looks like, this is a terminal itself. Okay, this is a new version of the terminal, so you get access to a lot of things inside. I have my template, okay, for all my analysis. So this is, for example, the one I'm gonna use for the weekly recap. So I have like an overview over there. I have the week ahead, so I know what are the big events for the week ahead, all the bank research, the economic calendar as well, just over there. You get access to a lot of stuff, especially the interest rate probabilities. So I can check, for example, what the market already priced for the next RBA decision, and as you can see, the old is about 93%. So it means that we have some room, so the market can price a hike, which can help the Australian dollar to go higher. So this is a kind of data I'm using. I'm tracking also the COT data to track the H1 positioning, the real-time line. So this is exactly what those people are using to make informed decision again. Making like 10K or this kind of stuff is just because they know what they're doing. And for example, one of my students just answered, and as you can see, I asked him, where did you learn trading? And he said someone very competent told me. And now if I show you the private chat, okay, with another Discord account, this is Matis, okay, this is the one I'm working since months and months. This is this basic trade, and as you can see now, it's crazy, almost 3 so it's really good. And really nice. And this is also an ID I sent on the 25th of May. So basically at the beginning of the week I say that NZDK could be even better. This is exactly what I said, and boom, this is exactly what he did. He executed this trade with confidence because he's using institutional data on Prime Terminal. Okay, those kind of data, he know how to interpret it, and then he make money. And again, trading is not difficult. You just need to know what you're doing. That's the only thing. If you don't know what you're doing, of course, it's gonna be difficult. But if you have a proven system, you know how to adapt to the context, you know what's in the market, then it's quite easy to make money on the financial market. You don't need like 2, 3, 4 years to become profitable. You're just wasting your time just because you're jumping from one strategy to another one. What you need is a proven system. You need an edge on the market. It's a zero-sum game. You need to be the best. To become the best trader, you need to get an edge. You need to learn from someone. You cannot just learn all this kind of nonsense like ICT, SMC. I mean, alone, just not enough. So if you really want to take trading seriously, you need to get an edge. You need to track what's happening in the market. Because again, sometimes some people are like, yeah, I know trading. I'm trading since 10 years. Okay, what do you know? I cannot ask you a question about what's there in the market, and they don't have any clue about what's there in the market. So how can you be a trader or pretend to be a trader if you don't know what's there in the market? It's not good. So yeah, just some result, quick result from some of my students. But again, I only work with the top profile. I don't work with just anyone. I don't want lazy people. I'm not gonna waste my time. So yeah, people make money because they know what they're doing, because they learn the right way. They don't take any shortcut. They put in the work for months and months, doing all the exercise. All they need to make informed decision, and now they make money, crazy money. And again, you can do it as well, but you need to take trading seriously. I mean, AI will never trade for you. You need to get the skills. No skills, no money. No money, no freedom. It's just easy. So I just finished some work. It's currently 7 a.m. p.m. So I'm heading to one of the best rooftop here in Jakarta, named Sky Rooftop. I booked seats for 7:30. So basically, I have like 10 minutes to get there. I will probably be late. But Dorian is never late, so I will find a way to be on time. Unfortunately, I think the traffic is a bit bad now, so I'll probably take a bike. So anyway, let's go to the dinner. I'm so fucking tired. I slept 3 hours yesterday night, woke up at 5 a.m. Okay, so just before going to sleep, I just want to show you something quite interesting. This is one of my French student, right? Who took a trade on NZDK, but I already explained everything. And basically, he was curious about the Canadian data today, especially the GDP, right? And as you can see, it's a bit negative. So basically, he secured plus 4.6 air, which is really, really good. So yeah, really nice. And as he said, quality better than quantity, as you said, and key level. So yeah, basically again, it's not only about taking 50 trade a month. Who cares? It's all about the quality and all this kind of stuff. So, and we worked together since a while, since January. So just imagine all the stuff. This is like 15th of April. Just imagine. Took a lot, we did a lot of exercise, all this kind of stuff. So again, as I said, basically you're just making trading more difficult. Like, if you know how to adapt to the context, you know what's in the market, you know how to interpret the thing, and you have an edge, you have a proven system. I mean, what's stopping you to make money in trading? Your psychology? It's just an excuse for the weak. Yeah, if I'm not profitable, it's because of my psychology. No, it's because you're just unskilled. You don't have any proven strategy, and you think that the reason is your psychology. I already talked about this thing, like, I don't know, 50 times, 100 times, 2,000 times, I don't know. But psychology is not the reason of your failure in trading. If you fail in trading, it's not because of your psychology. It's because you don't have any proven strategy. So of course you don't have enough confidence. You don't know what you're doing. You have no idea about what's in the market or to adapt to the context. And then you keep blaming your psychology. You keep blaming your broker, your dog, your family, your girlfriend. I remember one guy, I think it was last year, he was still struggling in trading. Okay. And he told me many times, yeah, this is a psychology. Okay. A few weeks later, same, and he told me that, I just break up with my girlfriend because trading is so difficult. basically he just stopped his relationship with his girlfriend just because he's just basically a loser. This is definitely the definition of a loser who can't do anything in life, can't achieve anything, and think that it's all about the mindset or the psychology. Stupid. So, you never took training seriously. Well, you fail, and you decide to stop your relationship because of your failure in trading. It's crazy. And I know many people are like that, but again, trading has nothing to see with your relationship. I mean, it's two different things, so what's the point to talk about it? We're talking about trading. Why are you talking about your girlfriend? I don't give a fuck about your girlfriend. I mean, again, just stupid. Get the skills, make money, and shut up. That's it. This is what trading is all about, maximizing your profit and reducing your losses. You need to get an age, you need to adapt to the context. You want to make money, and that's it. So you need an age. If you just wake up every morning, you open your laptop and you check TradingView in order to predict the next move, you will never make it. You can spend 2 more years, 5, 10, it's gonna be exactly the same. You will still be part of the losers. That's the game. It's a zero-sum game. This is what we call trading.
Good morning. 6 a.m. Saturday, time for the gym. The view is not bad. The city is waking up.
I'm actually thinking about going back to China. I've been to China last year. It was really, really nice. So I'm planning to go back in the next 2-3 months. Because I really enjoy China. But I really enjoy China, so I think it would be nice to go back. I really love Guangzhou. Shenzhen as well is crazy. I mean, Shenzhen, as I said, is definitely the next Dubai in China. I mean, you already have Hong Kong. Okay, sure, but Shenzhen is like crazy for the technology. If you want to order some food, everything is so fucking fast. If you want to order something, let's say you went out, you can ask a drone to drop off your food. It's crazy. So I mean, I would probably go back to China. Even the 5-star hotel, the services are really nice. I stay in the St. Regis in Guangzhou. I stay in Four Seasons, which is crazy good. If I'm not wrong, I stay in the 78th, 79th floor, so the view is crazy. I stay in the Park Hyatt as well, which is next door basically, it's very close. I have to check Rosewood because it looks pretty nice. I know that Rosewood in Hong Kong is definitely the best one, so I would definitely stay here as well. But Rosewood in Guangzhou is also nice. If I'm not wrong, you can stay around the 100 level, which is like 100 floor, so basically it's like crazy. I've been to Shenzhen, so in Shenzhen I stay in St. Regis, which is good. And then I moved to a city called Changsha. I think you don't have much people there. I mean, compared to all the cities in China. In Changsha, you have 7 million people, but it was in 2010, so now it's probably close to 8 million maybe. So it's a big city basically for us, European, okay? It's even bigger than Paris itself. But the city is not like big compared to Guangzhou or Shanghai or But I've been there. I was probably one of the only one. I mean, white guy, so everyone was taking pictures and all this kind of stuff. But when you go in China, it's always like that. People take pictures of you in the street. They don't ask anything. They don't ask for the permission. They just, oh look, there is a white guy, and they take the picture. So I mean, that's the thing. So let's see. I'll probably plan it with my assistant. I also plan to go to Hong Kong for what the name? Sweet Supply. I need a new suite, and I know that Sweet Supply is definitely worth it, so I'll probably check it out because basically they closed Sweet Supply in Singapore a few years ago, so you cannot get any good sweets in Singapore. I mean, Sweet Supply is really nice. I checked the new collection is pretty good, so I saw some of them. So I need to go to Hong Kong or China or Dubai if I'm not wrong, but you don't have any in Singapore, Indonesia, or Thailand or Vietnam, so you need to go to China anyway. So when I say China, I'm talking about China mainland because of course Hong Kong is Hong Kong, but yeah. So let's see. Could be something. Also planning the next trip for this year, so I'm not gonna explain everything, but we'll probably move to Japan as well, South Korea. And I'm thinking about Kazakhstan, so I know that no one go there, especially in Astana, okay, which is the capital. But I think could be a really good place to stay for 1 week. So yeah, I'm just planning all this kind of stuff. Let's see. I'll probably do more content as well because as you notice, guy, until now just very low key. I didn't post much. I didn't post much Instagram reels, lifestyle, and all this kind of stuff. So now I think it's could be worth it because I have more free time. So we'll probably create more content. So like this video, for example, is because I'm on the weekend, so I have some time. The market are closed and all this stuff, and I moved to Jakarta quickly for 72 hours. But what I mean is like now I will probably record some content. Let's see. Maybe a video every 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I don't know. Let's see. I already have a filmmaker. My assistant is already planning the trip, as I say. So yeah, it's gonna be quite nice for this year, especially this summer. And I just want to focus on the important stuff since the beginning of this year, just to make it better and smoother on training, of course, but also on other stuff because, of course, I have all the businesses on the side, so you have to manage people and all this kind of stuff. So now it's pretty nice. So I have more free time. So yeah, we'll show some more lifestyle. Let's see. I don't know what kind of lifestyle you want. If you want supercar, if you want party. I mean, for me, party is not really the thing because I don't really enjoy going to party. I mean, maybe tonight I will go because yesterday night I was just so fucking tired. Yesterday I woke up. I slept 3 hours and all for 4 hours. I think I woke up at 5 a.m. Then I move at 6 to the airport, and then my flight, and then basically I was out all the day. Then meeting with my assistant and dinner, and then I was just so fucking tired. And I went back. I just jumped in a call and just slept at maybe 11, and then I woke up this morning at 5:30. So yeah, I mean, today's gonna be better because yesterday I was really tired, so it's fine. And yeah, let's see. I was thinking about going to golf, but I never tried the golf here. Usually I go to golf in Singapore or Bali, but in Jakarta I know there is a good one over there, but I don't know if the view is really nice because when I go to golf, I like to go with a friend or something like that. It's always better. So let's see what we can do. But I think I'm gonna skip the golf for now. I will go next month, I think. Still tired after the gym. Over the past few years, I create the life I always dream of. I'm a profitable trader. I can travel abroad. I can do what I want with who I want, and Yeah, this is what we call the freedom. And I know that many people want the freedom, but it took time. I mean, even myself, at the beginning, I just want to make quick money, change my life, and just, But again, I just took the necessary time to build something real because I know many people who experience this kind of quick money. So the dopamine is crazy, and then they went down again, even more than before. It's even worse than before. Why? Because they never really want to build something serious and long term. So basically, we talk about the trading. So as I say now, I'm profitable. I have the life I want just because I have the necessary skills. I know what I'm doing. I have an edge in the market. And you need to get an edge in the market to be able to make money and take advantage of the financial market. If you don't have any edge, you can't become consistently profitable. It's just impossible. You need an edge. The market is always moving. So you need to get an edge to be smarter than most people because again, trading is a zero-sum game. You need a loser and you need a winner. So either you're part of the loser or the winner. But your dream, your goal, what you want is to be part of the winner. You want to make money because of trading. Or let's say thanks to trading. Yes. But again, this is something I built for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And now I have the capital I always dream of. I can trade on the Monday afternoon, on Friday morning. It doesn't matter. I trade the opportunities, not the time zone or not the trading session. I don't care about the trading session. I only care about the context because this is exactly what's driving the price. It's not the liquidity. It's not the big banks. Okay, the big banks if you want. What we call the IB, investment banks, leverage fund or hedge fund is the same. Well, yeah, they move the market, but if we talk about the forex, it's 7 trillion of volume per day. So do you think that they just move randomly in the market? No, of course not. The market is moving because of the context, and those institutions are also training the market in a way that they want to make smart decisions. And to make smart decisions, they need to adapt to the context. They need to understand what's driving the price so they can make informed decision again. Let's say last week we had the Airbnb decision. So NZD/USD went up by 25 pips. Why? Because the big banks manipulated the price? No, of course not. It's because of the central bank decision, not the interest rate decision itself, because they kept the rate unchanged. It's because of the forward guidance, especially Anna Breumann, who was definitely hawkish, especially with the speech after that. She said that the inflation is still high, all this kind of stuff. So the market then start to reprice some hike for the next meeting, for the upcoming meetings. And when the market change the pricing, basically it impacts the currency, especially the New Zealand dollar. And that's why the New Zealand dollar is the best performer last week. It's because of this. And you have a perfect example of what real trading is. So again, if you think that you just have to use order flow to make money, you're blind. If you think you just need quant trading, you're blind. If you think you only need macro, you're blind. You need to combine a lot of things to make informed decisions. First, you need to know the why. Why the market is moving. I mean, why the gold is going up, why it's going down, what Trump said, what kind of central bank decision we got, what happened in France, what happened in the Middle East. This is a why. So you need to interpret it. Then you can use the order flow if you want to see the buyers, the sellers. Okay. You can use some mathematical model if you want. You can use a basic technical analysis for execution, yeah, sure. But you always need the why. Without the why, you're blind. And I know that many traders now are still not profitable after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years simply because they don't have any clue about what's driving the market. And when I ask them, okay, tell me, what's driving the market now? Well, the liquidity, the institution. I know that those people don't have any clue about what they're talking about. And you can ask anyone. If you don't believe me, you know what? Ask ChatGPT. They will give you the same answer. Ask to an institutional trader, someone working as, let's say, even a quant trader in Goldman Sachs, Citi, Citadel, ANZ, Barclays, JP Morgan, whatever. Ask them. Ask this simple question. What's driving the market? They will tell you the context. Sometimes technical is a bit more important and sometimes it's more the macro. This is part of the context. Could be the flow, could be the repricing, could be a speech, could be the geopolitical situation, could be a Trump speech again, could be geopolitical stuff. Look in the UK what happened. I will give you a perfect example with the UK. 2 weeks ago, I short GBUSD. Easy. Honestly, I make crazy money. But again, it's not because of a magical indicator. No. It's because I was able to understand the situation, especially regarding the UK stability. With Starmer resigning, all this kind of stuff. Okay. Then I also check the spread between the 10 years bonds, okay, in the UK and France. And I noted that it started to increase a lot. The spread was definitely increasing. Why? Because the one in the UK was definitely increasing because of this risk. What risk? The stability of the UK. It impacts the bond market. Yes, it impacts indices. You can check the FTSE. And you can check the GBP. Or even the cable if you check GBUSD. GBUSD went down. So I definitely took advantage of this short position because of this reason. This is the why behind the move. And it's just a basic example. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. It's very simple. This is real trading. Now, I gave you another example with the Airbnb decision this week. As I said, the Airbnb kept the rate unchanged, but the forward guidance was definitely hawkish. So then the market started to reprice, let's say, an hawkish path for the next meeting. And it helped the New Zealand dollar to be the best performer this week. And you can check now, you can open NZD/USD, you can check NZDK, the what you want. And you will notice that, yes, the New Zealand dollar is so fucking strong now. And it's not because of the liquidity, it's not because of a fair value gap or I don't know. It's because of this central bank decision and especially the forward guidance and Breman's speech. This is why. So look, I mean, you watch my video, now you start to understand that, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about. Yeah, of course, I do. But you can achieve the same logic. I mean, you can get my knowledge basically, and this is definitely what you should focus on now. Don't waste more time trying to find the best trading strategy. You need to focus on the why first. Once you start to understand what's in the market, you start to understand what's happening, you start to gain confidence, then you can go deeper with the execution, the risk management, all this kind of stuff, how to adapt to the context again if something changed, even if you had an opportunity at this time, maybe it's not the case anymore, so you need to adapt. This is your job after. But first you need to focus on the why. I mean, trading is not difficult, it's complex, it's different. And most people just overcomplicate everything in trading. They think that ICT is enough, SMC is enough. No, it's not enough. It's not enough because if I ask you a simple question again about some, let's say, quick example, you don't have any clue about what I'm talking about. And this is the real issue. You don't know what's in the price. You don't know your own environment. And it doesn't matter if you trade the FX market, the bond market, the indices, the commodities. Everything is interconnected. So what's driving the bond market? It's probably the same driving, let's say, the US dollar, for example. It's not always true, but could be the case. So you need to be aware of that. You need to be aware of the market driver. You need to understand that something is driving the US dollar now, and these market drivers can probably help you to make money if you understand why it's impacting the US dollar. I mean, it sounds stupid, but it's very basic, huh? It's very simple. The thing is, now most people who are still not profitable in trading are just doing the wrong thing. They think that they need to backtest a strategy for the past 6 months just on TradingView. It's a waste of time. Don't do that. They think that they just need to find one strategy one day and it will work by chance. Forget it. It doesn't exist. They think that they just need to copy some trading signal. Bullshit again. Definitely, this is what we call shortcuts. You're trying to use a different shortcut to achieve the financial freedom, what you want in trading, or make a living from trading. Okay. But the shortcuts are never good. Again, if it's too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true. Trading is not easy, and it's not for everyone. It's not for the lazy one. It's not for people who just draw some line on the chart. Because again, if you're part of these people, you will stay stuck for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, even if you think that time is the solution. Time is never the solution. No, only broke people say that. Time is the solution. No, you need to become profitable as fast as possible. You need to get an edge. You need to get a proven strategy. I mean, you're supposed to be able to answer some basic question. What happened last week with the ABNZ and what was the impact on the New Zealand dollar? What Trump say on Friday? What was the performance on the gold? It went up plus 0.6% and then down again. Why? Well, you have the full reasoning. You can open Prime Terminal, you check the real time line, you know exactly why. Then it's your job to interpret it. Easy, huh? I mean, the process is very easy. Then what's not easy is the interpretation itself, because this is your job as a trader. And again, as a retail trader, you're basically doing two different jobs. Analyst, or let's say financial analyst, and trader. In institution, this is two different jobs. As a retail trader, you have to do both, which is not easy. But again, you have to do it if you want to make an informed decision and get an edge. So again, don't fall for the shortcut. Don't think that trading is something easy. You can just copy past someone. Please, you have a brain. Make it work. I mean, if it's too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true. Like what? You saw this guy in Dubai who was successful in trading, doing a new bootcamp, new campaign to just choose the best trader, best student. Seriously, it's not trading, it's just marketing. And when you understand that the trading industry, the world industry, is full of nonsense, you understand that you cannot really rely on what you find quite easily. Because I mean, again, if you're a profitable trader, you don't want to share your edge with just anyone. Makes sense. As I said, it's a zero-sum game, so you don't want a random guy to have your edge. Doesn't make sense. Even if you know that the guy don't have your skills and all this stuff, okay, but you don't want to teach this guy your edge for free, especially, and publicly. So why those people are basically allowing you to access the strategy for free on YouTube, for free on Telegram, or for a small amount of money with 50,000 other people? It's a red flag. I told you. You can teach to some, let's say, to few people, what we call a sample, but you cannot teach your age to 50,000 people. It's a red flag. I mean, if someone do that, it's dangerous. As a trader, you don't want to give your age to just anyone. It's something really precious. So to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people is okay. To 50,000 people is not okay, and you know it. So again, don't fall for the shortcut. Don't fall for all this marketing on social media. As I said, most traders on Instagram or TikTok don't have any clue about what they're talking about. You know, sometimes I even comment on some videos. I see a girl drawing some lines in front of 50 other girls. Hey, look, girl, this is a boot camp, so you will learn how to trade the trend line. And seriously, this is trading. This girl is not even able to answer to my question. She don't have any clue about what she's doing. She's just drawing some lines, and she pretend to be an expert. Excuse me. Pardon me. But trading trend line is really difficult. You need to pay to learn it? No. I mean, it's very simple. Even your nephew, let's say you have a nephew of 5 years old, he can do it. Is it crazy? No, it's just really basic. And you think this is enough to make money on the financial market? Or at least being consistently profitable? No, it's not enough. Of course not, it's not. So why you keep believing in those gurus? As I said, most traders on social media don't have any clue about what they're talking about. When you start to add them about the macroeconomy, what impact the US dollar, what impact the New Zealand here, what happened on the S&P 500, they will say it's liquidity. But you can tell. If the answer is liquidity, they don't have any clue about what they are talking about, and they just want to sell you a dream. That's it. So again, if it's too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true.
Make changes to our genome technology has been the driver to.
So, Paris just won the Champions League. I saw it this morning against Arsenal. Honestly, I don't really care because I don't really watch football games, and I don't support Paris. But I saw some videos on X and all this kind of stuff. It's like crazy. I mean, people are going crazy. I mean, they just destroy everything. Look, this is Paris. What the fuck is that? You have even more video, like crazy ones as well. Because of Paris Saint-Germain, all this thug, the stupid people just destroy everything. It's a shop, and they just go in the street and destroy everything. Like, fuck, come on, it's crazy. I mean, that's why, like, you can enjoy. Okay, look, this is a car. They burn a car because the Paris Saint-Germain won the Champions League. This is why I don't like Europe anymore, especially France. Most of them are not even, let's say, smart. They're just stupid people coming from stupid place. Most of them don't live in, let's say, rich part. It's brockies who have like a small job, and all they do is always destroying everything, always burning everything. And the football is just an excuse to do that again today. It's crazy. So that sucks. I mean, try to do it here in Singapore, in Thailand. You will see. Go in the street, try to burn something. I'm not sure you can do it. Or you can try. But I think what you're gonna visit next is probably the jail, and the real jail, not luxury jail like in France, because basically the jail in France are pretty nice. It's okay. You can get a TV, you can get a mobile phone. Jail in Asia are usually, let's say, really difficult. You sleep with cockroach, you sleep with 5 guys in the same room, it's dirty, smell bad. This is a real jail. And those people won't get anything. They destroy, they burn the car. And I saw that one guy had been killed, or someone used a knife to hit someone. So I don't know if the guy died or not, but it's crazy. Just imagine, we are talking about France, come on. So yeah, honestly, that's why I don't really recognize France anymore. And that's why I left France and Europe. It sucks. Let's be honest, that's all part of the immigration, that's an issue. But still, the issue is like those people. I mean, you have real supporters. You have real people who really like Paris Saint-Germain and who enjoy going out, party a little bit. Okay, it's fine. Destroying everything, burning everything, and just dumb people who just want to do that. They don't have anything else to do in their life. So, yeah, that sucks. So, yeah, I mean, it's cool. Paris won the Champions League, but again, when you see this kind of image, you're like, fuck. It's just not normal. Just imagine you're just a random guy, you have a 9 to 5, you have a family, and you cannot go and imagine you have like a day off, but you cannot enjoy Paris because of these dumb people, because of these thugs. You cannot, it's too dangerous. And if, let's say, you have the opponent jersey, let's say Arsenal basically, they will eat you. They will destroy you. That's crazy. So, yeah, I mean, again, I don't care. I don't really watch the football game and all this kind of stuff, but I mean, it sucks. Like, it's supposed to be nice, cool, enjoying the moment, and people are just turning a good moment to bad moment by destroying everything. So, yeah, that's not France anymore. That's stuck. So, yeah, anyway, today we have some stuff. I was supposed to go out yesterday night, but basically I slept at 10, I think. Was too tired again. So yeah, I woke up at what, 6 a.m. Pretty nice, 8 hours of sleep. Today we need to prepare the training week, so I'm gonna show you how I prepare my training week as well. But now it's a bit early, so I'm gonna get a coffee just to start the day, and then I will show you how I prepare my training week. And then yeah, we're gonna talk about some stuff as well. Especially the psychology or this kind of stuff, because I know that many people struggle in trading because of that. So we'll just give you some tips so you can literally improve. So anyway, I'm gonna take my coffee and we're good for the day. Without sugar, I think.
Okay.
I stopped the sugar, so.
Okay.
So they just deliver the breakfast. So pretty nice prime terminal, so I can start to analyze and prepare my trading week right now. Having a nice tea, some fruit, and of course a good view as well. So it's pretty cool.
Kicking my peers, my influence, but for life. My bitch too good, but I straight back to that Josh.
Okay, it is actually 6 p.m. I'm gonna jump in a quick call with a student now, so we can prepare the trading week together and all this kind of stuff. And yeah, I'm just back from the spa. It was pretty nice, pretty decent spa, and now the night is coming. So the view is pretty cool. You start to see the light on the different building, the banks, and all this kind of stuff. So it's pretty nice. And yeah, just time to prepare the training week. I'm gonna check if PMT just update the smart buyers and the weekly recap. So I'm gonna check it out. Let me check. Right, so I'm just gonna select home. So let's see if they update the smart buyers. So this is a real-time headline and all this kind of stuff. So the weekly preparation. I have my default one. I have the data here, the bank research, DMX checking, and I have the smart buyers just here. So now it's not updated yet. As you can see, smart buyers is still the one from last week, but it doesn't really matter because we'll get it in the next few minutes. So we'll be able to prepare the training week. And yeah, I mean, I already have my IDs, but having the smart buyers just allow you to get everything automatically. I mean, you don't have to think about it. It's just easy. You check the smart buyers and you know if you should go long or short on the US dollar, then of course you need to adapt to the context. That's your job. But you still have a bias if you check this tool, so it's pretty nice. And yeah, let's see. Next week is gonna be quite interesting. We have some important events. So this is another trading tool on Prime Terminal called Week Ahead. So you can literally check, the big event for the week ahead. So on Monday we'll get the manufacturing data, the S&P Global Manufacturing flash, and the labor market data as well. On Tuesday we'll get the Eurozone HICP, okay, the inflation, same in South Korea. We'll get also the New Zealand export and import prices, Polish central bank's decision, but we don't really care about it, but because the impact is not crazy. And we have as I say, the Eurozone inflation, so it's gonna be quite interesting. And then on Wednesday we get all the data such as the growth and the services activity, the ESM services over there in the US, the factory order, the Fed beige book, which is definitely important, and I'm gonna talk about it maybe later, let's see, because if you don't know what it is, it sucks. Okay. And we have the global finals PMI. So and Thursday and Friday we have all the data. So basically we get a busy week again ahead. So it's gonna be quite interesting. We have a lot of events coming in. So again, we just need to prepare the trading week, get all different scenarios, and then it's gonna be quite easier to execute the trade. Let's start the new month. Tomorrow is June 1st. So it's gonna be new months, crazy months. Honestly, all my performances were definitely crazy this year from January to now. I haven't executed any trade last week simply because the only one I could have found quite interesting was the New Zealand dollar after the LBNZ, but I was not in front of the market at the time. I was busy doing some other stuff. So that's life. I mean, we cannot catch every move, so it's okay. It's part of the job, But otherwise, I closed a crazy swing trade on GBUSD, crazy short on the gold. Crazy trade this month again, and some event trade with the inflation data and all this kind of stuff. So let's see what's going for this month. And again, I will share with you the different trade and all this kind of logic behind, because it's not only about showing the profit or showing the trade. It's all about the logic. Why I execute this trade, what was the reason? And this is what really matters, because if you want to improve your trading, you need to get a reason to execute a trade. If you just base your analysis on the technical part, doesn't really make sense. The why I execute this trade is always the fundamental. Every professional trader take care of the fundamental analysis. Only stupid people and brockies think that technical analysis is enough. And then after 1 or 2 months, they're not able to make any money from the market again, because it was just part of the luck. And in statistic, you probably study this kind of stuff, but in statistic, we have something called a sample. Okay, you have sample for this, sample of this person, sample of this. Okay, you always have a small part of chance. It's like that. It's part of the game. So some people are part of the chance sample. That's it. It's okay. But after, a few weeks or months, they're stuck. They cannot make any money anymore. They don't really understand why it's not working anymore. And, it's simply because they were lucky. But luck is not forever. And you know it. So you need to build the necessary skills to make informed decision. That's your job. So I'll probably record the call as well, just to show you a bit the kind of process. And it's going to be quite interesting. July 31st, we still have 46%, so they hike the rate.
Yeah.
So it means that if the market starts to price something more hawkish, maybe the 46 will turn to 90%. And then it will definitely help the Japanese yen. But in my opinion, now USD/JPY is not the best for expert to trade. It's still a bit, tricky. So
Absolutely.
that's why, for example, just doing this kind of stuff allow you to select the forex pair, know which one are probably worth it and which one are not really worth it. Once again, when you fully prepare the training week, you can send it to me so I can have a look about your trade ideas with the scenarios.
Yeah, it's a bit trickier, I think, this week, but definitely have a couple ideas to watch as we talked about. And
Yeah. I
I'll have to
mean,
kind of just week progresses. I know I usually stick with like a lot of my pairs I usually watch are just the majors. So um,
yeah. Let's see where it's going. But as I said, your results are definitely good in 2 weeks. I mean, if you look back from when we started to now, it's definitely crazy good. Like
yeah,
the confidence, the process.
patient just sat on my hands a bunch, but like I said, I
Yeah.
had a couple like the euro I even marked out last week. This I didn't move it at all. It's just where I had it, and it just hit TP2
Yeah.
and
And that's why I told you. That's why I told you it was not personal against you, but I told you that okay, you probably need to settle down a bit and just slow down a bit. I mean, we're just getting started, so you need more time and all this kind of stuff. As I said, when we start, we just want to catch every move. We want to make crazy money. But trading is not about taking all the opportunities. It's about taking the best one because you want to maximize your profit and reduce your risk. And if you take every trade, I'm not sure that all of them is gonna be 100% win rate. Something you have now
No,
because you just reduce it.
yeah, that's not what I'm. That's why I was trying to explain myself, saying like I'm not trying to catch every trade. It's just like
Yeah.
I had these lined up, and if I just had more knowledge and everything, and then like took it when appropriate timing, like maybe at the whatever happened, Wednesday afternoon, and then I took it, and then instead of just it hit this level here earlier in the week, and then I got in and chopped around for 3 days before actually going somewhere.
It's all about keeping the momentum and doing this. So, you don't have to stick with this kind of chart all the day. I mean, you still have to get a social life on the side, but still, you still need to monitor the real-time headline on Prime Terminal, get and listen to the live market squawk, and do the exercise I provide as well. And as you can see, you get some. I think this week you got 3 exercise, maybe 4, something. But again, it's basically some good. Yeah. Basically, a lot of exercise because of the context, and that's why I create the exercise based on the context, which is definitely the best for you to just adapt to it and better understand everything. Because if it's just always the same exercise, it doesn't work. For example, next week I will probably send you an exercise, let's say on the PMI. Well, you will start to dive into the PMI and the impact and all this kind of stuff. And I can do it with, let's say, a Trump speech or all this kind of stuff. And I would do later some more complex things, especially with headline itself, not based on the event calendar, but something the market was not expecting. So you can dive into something even more, complex. But that's why we go step by step. So that's why it's really nice. Guten Morgen. So we're flying back to Bali. I'm gonna spend a few days in Bali, and then I'm back to Singapore. So yeah, I'm just currently checking what happened in the market, especially at the market opening, just to check all the data and all this kind of stuff. So if I show you a bit, this is quite interesting because we didn't get any major development during the weekend. Nothing crazy regarding the Middle East and all this kind of stuff. And you can see it's right in here. Okay, if you check market update, Asia Pac stock begin the new month mostly in the green with the Nikkei. So this is the Japanese indices, right? And the Kospi extending on fresh record high following a lack of major development over the weekend, while a US-Iran peace deal agreement remains elusive. So this is quite interesting. Now, yeah, it's gonna be quite interesting. And now we just got an headline, okay, that Powell say that the Federal Reserve will lose credibility if the president removes official over policy while he remains on the board, according to Barron's. Okay, so yeah, I mean this is what I like to do when the market opens, is just to check what happened at the market open, or the different asset moves, such as the indices in Asia. We talk about the Nikkei or the Kospi. I want to check what's the performance of the Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, the Japanese yen, because if you remember last week, the New Zealand dollar went crazy. I mean, because of the LBNZ. If you look, this is a New Zealand dollar performance. This is because of the LBNZ, if you remember. So now, if you check the 7 week, you can see that, yeah, starting Friday, it went crazy. So the New Zealand dollar is the best performer. And if you look now, since the market open, well, you can see that the New Zealand dollar struggle a little bit, not that much, but still.
and the Australian dollar and the US dollar are taking the lead. So yeah, basically you can see in live the performances. And yeah, this is quite interesting just to check, what happened during the weekend, what are the latest news and all this kind of stuff, what Trump said. You can see the market update over there, the Australian S&P Global Manufacturing PMI, and the full analysis over there, especially for the commodities as well, for the forex and all this kind of stuff. So it's like really important. And yeah, I mean, this is what I like to do. Market open. Then, as I said, we're flying back to Bali today. So I have my flight this morning. I think we're gonna move next 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, chill. And yeah, yesterday I record as well the call with one of my students. So we prepared the training week together. We talk about the ideas as well. So I saw that this morning he sent me his weekly recap. Same with my other students. So I have another student who basically sent me the different scenarios as well. So I'm gonna have a look, definitely. And yeah, then basically my training week is not fully prepared yet. I still have some ideas, but I'm really cautious about the PMI data we'll get through the week and all this kind of stuff. Could be definitely some kind of catalyst for the US dollar as well, or the euro. So yeah, I can see that my student just sent me the full weekly recap. So as you can see, this is next level in training. I can show you a bit the weekly analysis, not everything, but this is a kind of analysis you're doing. This is next level in training, This is really, really complete and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, I don't want to show everything. This is not my weekly recap, so I don't want to share all the people's analysis, but yeah, it's definitely good. This is what we're currently working on. This student already made 2% in basically 2 weeks. So okay, 2% is not big, but still 2% with confidence, 100 win rate, as we discussed yesterday during a call, is definitely good. So again, it's because he get this kind of guidance. He used Prime Terminal as well to make informed decision. He used institutional data, so he's always checking Prime Terminal, and he cannot trade otherwise. I mean, you always need to check what happened in the market in real time, and why the gold is going down, why the USD is going up, and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, basically I'm ready to move today, especially the S&P Global Manufacturing PMI, for example, in France, going to be quite interesting. Same in Germany. Okay, so we can definitely move the euro. Same in Canada. If the S&P Global Manufacturing PMI in Canada is not that good, well, it could be quite interesting, because if you remember what happened last week, it was not crazy, for the Canadian economy, because basically the GDP was below the expectation. For the month over month, it's minus 0.1, so I can show you. Okay, so this is the data from last week. You can see the GDP month over month in Canada, and as you can see, it's a price. So yeah, this is just the minimum of the range. Basically, this is a low, so that's why you don't have this symbol. This symbol is when it's well above or well below the range. So as you can see, you have the high and the low. So the minus 0.1% for the month over month is like the low, so that's why you don't have this symbol. So the impact is less important, but still, if you check the GDP growth rate analyze, right, it's minus 0.1% with this symbol, and as you can see, it's way below the current low. So yeah, that the kind of stuff will impact the Canadian dollar on Friday. And yeah, if let's say the S&P Global Manufacturing PMI is bad as well, going short on the Canadian dollar could definitely be good again. As I told you last week, NZDK was a crazy trade, quite easy money basically. I know that my student made money with that. I missed the trade because I was quite busy at that time, and it's completely okay. I mean, it happens. You cannot catch every move, so all good. And yeah, we're gonna check this week. We have some interesting data coming in, especially tomorrow in Australia is going to be quite interesting, because we have the S&P Global Composite PMI as well, all the import and export prices as well. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be quite interesting for the Australian economy, and it's definitely the best one. And the big one is the inflation rate flash in the euro area. So of course the flash is not the final data, but still could definitely move the market. So I'm gonna have a look tomorrow I'm gonna be cautious about what Bailey is gonna say tomorrow night, because Bailey, which is the Bank of England governor, is supposed to talk tomorrow. So again, this is a governor, so usually the market tends to be more cautious about governor's speech instead of just a basic voter. So that's why it's gonna be quite interesting tomorrow. And yeah, we'll get as well the S&P Global Composite and Services PMI in Japan on Wednesday. Same in the Euro area, same in the UK as well. And yeah, again, the Canada some data, and Thursday we'll get the initial jobless claim as well. So it's gonna be good, and we get as well the RBA's outlook to speak on Friday. So I'm really interested about what they're gonna say about the economy now, the inflation rate and all this kind of stuff, and especially the data we'll get during the week. So it's gonna be quite interesting again. And yeah, then of course you have the job data in the UK with the unemployment rate, the participant rate, the NFP, and all this kind of stuff. Same in Canada, unemployment rate, participation rate, and part-time employment change. So basically, even the EVA PMI. So as I say, for example, the Canadian dollar for me this week could be a good short, especially if we take into account what happened on Friday with the GDP data, what happened with the oil market, because as you know, there is a correlation between the oil market basically and the Canadian dollar, because Canada produce and export a lot of oil. So yeah, this is how I prepare my trading week. I still have my ideas in mind, and yeah, we're gonna see how it's going. If we don't have any trade, we don't take any trade. I mean, that's part of the game, but you always need to monitor what's happening. That's your job anyway. So yeah, then we're gonna just enjoy a bit, and then we're gonna move to the airport. So it's gonna be a good day. To be honest, I was supposed to go to the Indonesian stock exchange and record a crazy video, so I still have some contact over there. So let's see if we can make it happen. It could be nice, especially to talk about the Indonesian economy, the Indonesian rupiah, because I know that most people never heard about it. I mean, the thing is, like, most people always heard about like the US dollar, the Japanese yen, the euro. Yeah, sure. But Indonesia, for example, is a big country. If you don't know, it's the biggest Muslim country in the world. If I'm not wrong, you have close to 200 million people living there. Most of them are living in Java. So yeah, what I mean is, like, it could be nice to talk about it. It could be nice to talk about people working in the stock exchange and people, working on some good stuff, because everyone is going in New York, everyone is going to the New York Stock Exchange. Okay. But I think, in my opinion, it's also worthy to talk about stuff that no one talked about in the past, like Indonesian Stock Exchange. Who talked about in the past? I'm not sure much people, especially what we call here bully, so basically foreigner. I'm not sure you have any people who did it, so that's why it could be pretty nice. So let's see if we can make it happen.